What's up, YouTube? That time of the year again, my 2018 year in review video. 2018 was a great year for me again in the comic community. Got to meet a lot of people that I hadn't met before at some local cons, at New York Comic Con, RKU Marv, Spidey Fan. It was just a bunch of guys that I hadn't met. You know, we had talked on the community. It was really nice meeting them. New York Warriors got to hang out at a couple of cons, and that's always a good time. You know, we did East Coast, and we did New York Comic Con, a bunch of us, so always a good time. But on with the books. Now, 2018, buying-wise, was a little different for me, because I actually bought more books from Instagram than I had bought in the past, and I was pleasantly surprised with some of the deals that I got there. So it was another good venue for me to use to buy books. Also made a connection with a gentleman who's a comic book dealer, and he's given me the opportunity to buy some books from him in bulk. Also, he gives me some nice prices on some keys. Book that I purchased from him, Eternals #1, and this is a super high grade. I'm probably going to send this out to get graded, but I'm looking at this book as being probably in the 9.2 range. It's got a couple of ticks on the side. I would say the 9.2 range, 9.4. Corners are really sharp on it. Purchase I got off Instagram, and I pick this book up every time. It's one of my favorite keys. Ultimate Fallout #4, first appearance of Miles Morales. Into the Spider-Verse was just great. It blew everything up. It made Spider-Gwen legit, and it made Miles, you know, household names with kids. And this is from like talking with guys at work and other people who have smaller children, and when they took their kids to see it, they all loved Miles and Spider-Gwen. So, I mean, I think that is so awesome just to see these characters. You know, Miles has been out for almost 10 years. Characters like this getting their due. It's really, really nice. A character who hopefully will be getting his due soon. Daredevil 131. First Bullseye. Yeah, this is my second copy in the collection. I'm really happy to have this. This is a book that I think is underrated and underappreciated at this time. Bullseye is one of the baddest characters out there. I remember reading all his story arcs. I mean, he's one of Daredevil's biggest protagonists. I'll show a slab now. This book is my going into a different part of comic collecting. It's my first golden age. It's Wonder Woman number 19, and really happy to get this into my collection. It's a super nice book, and I can't wait to crack this out next year and press it, see if I can get a grade bump on it. It has some defects on the back that I think are pressable. I don't know if that's enough to improve the book, but we shall see. Another book that I purchased, I got this one on Facebook, and it became a super hot book, and that's Amazing Spider-Man #101, first appearance of Morbius, the Living Vampire. With the announcement of the movie, and I forget, it was Jared Leto, I think it was, playing Morbius, this book became super hot. eBay, another place to look for books. I usually look for newer sellers. Sometimes you can bargain with them. That was the situation with this. I was able to pick up King Size Hulk #1, Jim Steranko, iconic cover. My boy Manny NYC has a beautiful copy that I pressed out for him this year, and it was a book that I needed to have in the collection. It was one of those must books, so I was happy to grab that. Talk about must books. For me, this was a must book, and that's Flash 110, first appearance of Kid Flash. I'm a big Silver Age Barry Allen Flash. It's the Flash I grew up on, just showing my age. But so to have the first Kid Flash, my collection's super happy. I bought that at the beginning of the year, through a sale I was watching. Another Instagram purchase, and this person graded, you know, I got this book probably at like a 6.5, 7.0 range pricing, and to get it back in an 8.5, I was really happy. And that's Amazing Spider-Man #122. Death of the Green Goblin. And the pair to that, and another Instagram buy for me this year was this, and that was me, Spider-Man number 121, Death of Gwen Stacy. That iconic cover, just an amazing cover. So as you can see, I was able to get some really nice books this year. Tried to focus my collecting a little more on the keys. Also, a thing I did a lot more this year is I slabbed more books this year than probably ever before. I'm trying to encapsulate all of these great books. A hot book right now, Conan #1. Glad I picked this up when I did. Marvel got the rights for this. It's actually going to be released this week, so it should be interesting to see what they do with Conan. Maybe Conan will get some movie love. Somebody besides Arnold Schwarzenegger that could portray Conan. Be nice to see Arnold get maybe like a little cameo role just to give him the credit he's due. You know, that was a great movie. This was another book that I got via eBay from a new seller. I was able to negotiate a decent price, actually a really good price. I got this book for what I believe is $100. I was looking at my notes, and it came back a 7.0. The iconic Neil Adams cover for Batman 251. 7.0 for $100. I'll take that every day. Another DC book that I picked up that I was happy to get. I'm a big fan. If you guys have been watching Titans, it's been an amazing series so far. I thought it was great. It's leading towards some dark shit. And when I saw this character's appearance there, I loved it. I'm glad I picked this up when I did. And this is Brave and Bold #60. First appearance of Donna Troy, who becomes Wonder Girl. And I mean, if you saw her powers, she was badass. I mean, she took Starfire and just slammed her ass to the ground. Got this about a month ago. Again, off of Instagram. Lower grade, probably like a 6.0, but another copy of 122. I buy this book every chance I get. It's one of my childhood books that every time I see it, I grab it. Book I picked up off of eBay when they had one of their 15% sales. I got this before the spec on this got really high, but I got it for a good price. It's probably like in the 4-ish, maybe 5.0 range. Cover presents good, but some issues with the edges. But Avengers #8. First Kang the Conqueror. Hot book. And then couldn't believe the deal I got on these two. I got these as a bundle. They're probably mid-graders. I still have to press them out, but books I've always wanted in my collection just because of what they mean to comics. I mean, they were way ahead of the grade when they, the curve when they were doing these books, and that's I was able to get Green Lantern #86. And Green Lantern #85. So to get both of these books, I really got them dirt cheap. Add those to collections. I was so glad to add those to my collections. That drug issue thing was, I mean, huge. You don't see people touching subjects like that as often anymore in comics. It just was something major back then. Talk about major. Recent Instagram purchase was this bad boy right over here. Green Lantern #87, first Jon Stewart. So just think about that. Issues. You went from Speedy's drugs, the second part of the Speedy drug issue, to the introduction of Jon Stewart. 3 issues in a row. You're telling me that they did not kill it? Neil Adams was crushing it there? Hard to believe. Picked the next 3 books up. Picked up at Zap Comics annual sale this year. I always get good deals there. I picked up a beautiful copy of Tales of Suspense, number 63, featuring the origin of Captain America. I was also able to get a nice X-Men number 28, first Banshee, my second copy. And I'll take a villain first appearance every chance I get. And Journey into Mystery number 98 is just that. It's the first appearance of Cobra, who, although he appears in Thor, goes on to become a major Daredevil villain with Hyde, Mr. Hyde. Those guys were, you know, forever torturing him. Picked this book up raw, pressed it out. It came back. Actually, I bought this from Big Bear, one of his auctions this year, and it came back better than I thought it was gonna. It came back in 8.5, and that's New Teen Titans number 2, first Deathstroke. Shout out to Big Bear and Great Legend and all of those guys. It was on one of Great Legends auctions. Those guys always run a great auction. Another thing I did this year, New York Comic Con, that I hadn't done before, was trade books with some dealers. It was a way for me to get some really nice books that I wanted to get. One in particular I've been watching and keeping my eye on, and now it's starting to get hotter and hotter. I just saw a 9.8 sold for $1,100, which is almost double what the price of the original one used to be. You know, so a lot of speculation on this book now. I have a couple of raw copies, nothing high grade or as high grade as I wanted. Tough book to get in the 9.8 because of the black and the darkness, but traded this for a Catwoman 51, the Adam Hughes cover. I was super happy with it. I'll take that trade. And that was Man Called Nova number 1, 9.6 CGC. Book is spectacular. Just love it. I couldn't even find what made this a 9.8. I went through this whole thing. It was tough. Last 2 books. Sorry if I'm taking long. Just, you know, wanted to show what I consider to be the best books I got this year. I picked this up from a fellow YouTuber, Fistful of Comics. Had some books that he was selling, and Amazing Murphinator gave me a heads up. He was selling some books. I went out, took a look at what he had, made him an offer. He gave me a great deal. Shout out to Fistful of Comics. Francis, you know who you are. Great YouTuber. But he sold me this. And that's Silver Surfer number 1. I'm probably going to crack this out just because I prefer to have my keys like this in the CGC blue label. I like the cases better. And I just think, you know, with them holding the value and everything else, why not? I'll probably press it out just to see. I don't think it's going to get a grade bump, but just if I can maintain that 4.5, I'll be happy. And then the last book was a book that I have to thank my son for, because I probably would have missed out on it. I was hesitant about pulling the plug, and he walked by, he saw me looking at the book, he was like, you have to go for it. So I got it just at the right time before the market peaked, before Fox announced, you know, the merger. And I got this for about a third of what it's going for now. After I press and clean, although I thought it was an 8.5, came back an 8.0, and I'm happy with the 8.0. That's Incredible Hulk number 180. It's considered the cameo appearance of Wolverine. So just a great book. That's my year in review. Thank you for watching. I've been watching everybody's videos. I love watching years in review. I like to see what everybody picked up, be it minor or major keys. You know, whatever you collect, that's what's really good about this community right now. You just get some great new YouTubers that are coming out, and guys that are enthusiastic, like Tony Sanders and his crew. They do a show, they do a live show, and I find it pretty interesting, you know, where they compare what they buy, and they try and basically see who gets the best deal. I might have to go on that show one day if they'd like to have me on there. I like to do the hunt all the time. You know, I do a lot of flea markets and stuff, so sometimes I come across some really good books. You know, it's all about the hunt. It's all about the spec. I'll be putting out a video with my latest purchases. I got a couple books there that I've been specking on. I wanted to show, just go over with everybody. But thanks for 2018. It's just been a great year. It's been happy. It's been healthy. Family's been good. Those are the important things. And hopefully everybody has a great 2019. Until my next video, peace.